Hi Brooke, you were asking me about passing the hoop on the vertical plane behind the back. There's a few ways that you can do this. Don't start. If we start from the front of the room and we just turn our back to our hoop, we can grab it from underneath so that the back of our hands face the ground. Then if we finish our turn, so we're facing back to the front of the room, we just take one hand off, bring it under the underside, and bring them right back together. They're going to be constantly together with their backs facing the ground and the fingertips facing the sky. You can do this to the right, you can do it to the left. And you had asked specifically about staying behind the head. Again, my back of my hands are towards the sky, back of my hands towards the ground, back of my hands towards the sky, back of my hands toward the ground. So I'm just passing the hoop above my head. I take one hand off of it, bring it over my head, around from the back side, over the top of the hoop, grab it, transfer it. And if you can do it one way, you can do it the other. Also do it while it's spinning by bringing your hands together in a prayer position in the center to pass it from one to the other. But as you're practicing, practice just doing it on your left hand behind you and leaving it there. Do it on your right hand behind you and leaving it there. And then when you're ready to practice your circles, do a passing circle, but you can also do a spinning circle. I'm letting it fold up into the crook of my arm, going straight up. Both hands are on top again, but it's kind of situated inside of my arm. So, that's behind the back. Hope it helps. I'm dizzy now. I forgot to tell you something. If you're hooping and the hoop is behind your back and you grab it in such a way that you can spin with it, that's the direction the hoop is spinning. However, you can also spin against your hoop.
You always tell me.
That's called anti-spin.
Perhaps. A million times I've asked you, and then I ask you over again. You only answer perhaps, perhaps, perhaps. If you can't make your mind up, we'll never get started. And I don't want to wind up being parted, broken hearted. So if you really love me, say yes. But if you don't, dear, confess. And please don't tell me perhaps, perhaps, perhaps. Perhaps, perhaps, perhaps. If you can't make your mind up, we'll never wind up being parted, broken hearted. So if you really love me, say yes. But if you don't, dear, confess. And please don't tell me. Perhaps, 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 perhaps.